joining me on the Terror Machine. This is your monthly love reading for the month of August 2017, and this will be for the sign of Aquarius. So let me go ahead and give these cards a shuffle to see what energies you be working with for the month. Okay, what you have in the middle of the reading is the Eight of Wands in reverse. So, for singles, if you're looking for somebody to be in a relationship, some of the candidates that you may be dealing with maybe I ain't gonna be saying they kind of scared not to come up and talk to you, but they having some type of reservations about coming to talk to you. Either you're doing this to somebody or somebody doing this to you. And what they saying is they're making a way towards you to try to get in a one-on-one relationship, but they're doing it slow. They're not trying to show that they in a hurry to be in a relationship, or they're rushing, or it's their top priority to be in a one-on-one relationship. Either you're coming off like this or they're coming off like this to you, that their pursuit of being in a one-on-one is not the biggest priority, so they kind of put it on the back burner. And if it's there, they're kind of cool with it, but they're not rushing to be in a relationship right at this time. If you already coupled up, it's just saying that your relationship with your companion has hit a point that it kind of maybe in the past you usually your interactions with your companion usually is on a faster pace, or you was both hip and up on it, but this time it seems like your relationship is slowing down. It also showing that maybe you're more settled with each other because you're not trying to rush anything brand new into the relationship, or you're kind of taking some downtime with your companion and trying to enjoy a slower pace when it comes to your bond with your companion. Either your companion is doing this or you're doing this to them. What you have underneath it is the Four of Wands in the reverse. So for singles, what it's saying is maybe this person that is trying to talk to you, or somebody see this in you, that usually the Four of Wands means a good foundation, or it also means marriage to a certain point. Maybe the person you're talking to is moving slow because they don't see a potential. Maybe the person you're talking to wants to be married, and you're coming off like that's not really what you want. You want to just have a relationship and kind of take it slow and kind of let the time grow into the relationship. And the person is maybe want something else, so they slowing down, or they see that your foundation is not that stable when it comes to yourself or your idea of what you want as a relationship. Either you're doing this to somebody or somebody is doing this to you, that they're presenting a unrealistic foundation when it comes to their being in a one-on-one relationship. um if you already coupled up, it's saying maybe you're taking slower time with your companion because you're probably noticing certain things that used to be solid in your relationship are now weakening out. So you're not trying to gun those issues or trying to gun to correct those issues, because you probably trying to figure out what is going wrong with your bond that you had before with your companion, and you see a little disruption when it comes to your foundation, or some kind of little weakness that's causing a irritation um, when it comes to you having a better bond with your companion, either your companion is seeing this or you're seeing this, that it's something going on. You can't really finger it of what's going on in the relationship, but you have a sense that it's something a little bit shaky going on when it comes to your bond or your foundation that you have with your companion. What you have in the past is the knight the knight of wands and the upright. So for singles, maybe in the past you dealt with a fast acting person, that you was dealing with a person in the past, or you came off like this in the past to somebody else, that when it was a opportunity to be in a one-on-one relationship, you hit full throttle and then kind of scared off the person, or the person did this to you and scared you off because you just met the person. Now it went from, I just met you, now we're married. It went from one extreme to another, and you couldn't take it because you was probably looking for more of the wine and dine slow time with building a relationship. And maybe that's a kind of character that you dealt with in the past, and maybe that dealing with that type of character that likes to hit full throttle based on face action had you to say, whoa, let me slow myself down and not gun as fast on these people, or somebody is doing this to you. But whoever you had in the past, when it came to having a relationship, they was passionate. They was a person that will put all their energy in a relationship, but at the same time, once that person hit that kind of stride of putting all their energy and passion into the relationship, it went from that to full throttle, and it is probably too much for you to digest at that time, because you was looking for something else. Either somebody did this to you or you did this to somebody else. If um if you already coupled up, what I'm getting and sensing is that either your companion was like this at one time, or you was like this, that it was a lot of drive and passion when it came to certain aspects of your one-on-one relationship, and they was enthusiastic about stuff. They was pretty much one of these, your companion was probably one of these people that was always up in your face kind of thing, and you was used to that. Or at this time it got kind of annoying, and it's kind of a pattern now, that it was cute when it was like in the beginning. Now y'all kind of settled. Now it's starting to be like a confliction in your relationship, because you probably looking for your own individual space to work out little certain things to get yourself better, so you could be better with your companion or your union. Either your companion did this or you did this in the past, that they was doing all up in your face all the time, or they, no matter where you turned around, they was there kind of, and it kind of gave you a closed off feeling. And then now it's starting to have a reaction on your bond by weakening the relationship, because you're not getting no individual time to yourself to craft out your own emotions, or what you want to see the relationship go to, or what you want to interject into the relationship, or what kind of new passions you want to put into the relationship, because your companion in the past was all around you all the time, kind of smothering you. But it was more of, they was there because they felt that was one of the things that was needed for your relationship in the past. Either you did this to your companion or your companion did this to you. What you have on top of you is the Six of Swords in the upright. The Six of Swords is definitely saying, for singles, you're definitely ready to move to find better, a better type of companion. Usually the Six of Wands say it's traveling, it's getting a new lesson, it's these certain little aspects that kind of intrigue your mind when you go and venture out and find something new. And maybe that's what you're looking for, is looking for somebody that can keep your mind fed, with the next newest thing, or the next wow, kind of the wow to the relationship. Either you're doing this when you're trying to find somebody, or somebody's doing this and see this in you, that you that person that you always going to keep them on edge with something brand new and a brand new thought to the relationship. And maybe that's what you're looking for now, is somebody that can keep that drive up, because that's maybe because air signs, if you could keep them wrapped up mentally somehow into the to the to I ain't gonna say the gaga of it, but presenting something brand new to the relationship every time they turn around, you actually have an air sign wrapped up, and it is what it is. But maybe that's where your mindset is now, because you tried in the past to kind of put your drive and energy in it. Now you're looking for something more mental, and you looking for somebody to be in a relationship with that can always keep teaching you something, not about actual the relationship, but something about yourself at the same time, by being in a one-on-one relationship with a person. Either somebody sees that in you, or you see that in somebody that you're going to be talking to in August. If you already are coupled up, what it's saying is you ready to put some new stuff in your relationship, and kind of leave the old way of your relationship by putting in something new and venturing out, or putting something brand new into the relationship to give it some rejuvenation and kind of help the bond be tighter. But it's more of, you're going to kind of interject a brand new thought, or a brand new pattern, or a brand new way about how you deal with your companion. Either your companion is doing this to you, or you're going to be doing this to you, because you're going to feel that is the lethal injection that your relationship need to get a kick over, so it can progress to something better. The last card you have is the Knight of Pentacles in reverse for singles. Okay, here it comes. You dealing with somebody who is presenting themselves in such a way like they have a bunch of coin, but their coin is dried up. Their coins is dried up. So basically, either they think this about you, or you think this about this person, that they're presenting themselves with trying to teach you a lesson about yourself, but their situation with their foundation in coins ain't two together. It just ain't two together. You know, this person could be trying to rush up real fast and kind of throw you off that they don't have no coins. So it's another lesson to learn about how to deal with people and know what you want when it comes to being in a one-on-one relationship. But at the same time, it's saying that this person may have a bad spending habit, or they may want to just get in a relationship just for a financial thing, or they just into a relationship for more of a facade, or to say, or pimp it out that, yeah, I'm in a relationship with A, B, and C, and they looking for a person that is more presentable on a financial thing. And maybe that's not what you looking for a person to be in a one-on-one relationship with, but you could be running into this type of person. They may think this about you, or you may think this about this person, that this person is coming off like they really have it, but when you dig deeper in the surface, their foundation and what they would consider solid does not match yours, or it's just not really there. If you already coupled up, what it's saying is that one of the issues that may be making your foundation kind of shaky and having you take a second guess and caution on doing things, it could be a financial thing, or something from the outside is hitting from the external that's hitting your relationship, and it could have something to do with finances. It could be a certain spending habit. Either you have it or your companion have it, that they have no care about the foundation, and it's causing a disruption, and it's causing you to kind of draw back and kind of watch what's going on and try to find a new way to deal with this, so you can kind of kill this issue out, so you can move on of being having a better bond with your companion. Or it's some kind of external financial thing that is causing a disruption for the month that needs to be taken care of, so you can wipe that slate clean and move on to something else that would actually benefit the relationship. So let me go ahead and get some cards and clarify some of these reversals. Let's just see why the eight why you slowing down with the Eight of Wands in reverse. Okay, you have the Knight of Cups. For singles, you're slowing down to rethink how you emotionally, what do you want in a relationship? You trying to emotionally digest certain things about yourself. You may have changed it since your last relationship, and you're trying to emotionally see where you sit at, or what do you want to be in a relationship with, or what type of person you want to be, or what you want to get emotionally out the relationship. Either somebody is doing this to you, or they doing that, or you doing that to them, that you're slowing down, trying to rethink, regroup, and see where your emotions sit with this certain person that's going to try to be in a one-on-one relationship, or talking about being in a one-on-one relationship with you. But it's more of a period that you're trying to take more time to reflect on your emotions. If you are already coupled up, what it's saying is it's the same thing. It's just either your companion is doing this or you doing this, that is you trying to be more in your emotions about a current situation, or you're trying to reflect your emotions now at this period, because you could have been married for a long time or been with a person for a long time, and you're trying to see emotionally now what has changed since the beginning of the time when you first got with that person, and you're trying to see where you changed. So instead of you just rushing through different stuff in the relationship, you slowing it down and doing a sort of a self-reflection, and trying to see where your emotions is fitting now at this current time in your one-on-one bond with your companion. Either your companion is doing this, or you're doing this to your companion. Let's see. You got the Empress upright. So you definitely is trying to have, for singles, you're definitely trying to have more control, and you're probably trying to learn how to have more emotions. With air signs, we always in our head. I'm an air sign, so I know it. We always in our head, and maybe you're taking time back to figure out a different way of dealing with people, other than being all in your head and talking a bunch of game to get a person in a one-on-one relationship with you. Either you're doing this, or somebody you talking to is doing this. They kind of stepping back to see, could they do a relationship based on emotions. Or you may be thinking, okay, since I did the rush thing, it didn't work, and I'm looking for something new. Maybe my emotions is also tied to something else, or my emotions need to be filled a certain way outside of, being in a relationship right now. But it's more of you trying to take more emotional control over yourself when it comes to being in a one-on-one relationship. And maybe that's one of the things you're trying to craft. Somebody may be trying to craft that when they dealing with you, or you dealing with them, that they're trying to have more control and learn how to be more nurturing and think more from a heart standpoint than just thinking from other standpoints that they usually deal with when they in a one-on-one relationship with somebody. If you already coupled up with somebody, what it's saying is that during this period, it's more that either you're doing this or your companion's doing this, that they're doing some deep soul searching when it comes to what how the relationship emotionally is sitting right now. They're doing some deep thinking and deep internalizing, and they're starting from an emotional standpoint more than anything. They really going in deep reflection to see if their emotions are still intact, or is their emotions or being over emotional or non-emotional is causing a confliction to the relationship, or is causing a disruption with your bond. But either you're doing this or your companion is doing this, is doing some real deep soul searching when it comes to their emotions and how they deal with the one-on-one bond with you. Let's go ahead and see what the Four of Wands in reverse is doing. This Page of Cups. Okay. Page of Cups in reverse. So it's definitely saying for singles that you could be dealing with somebody, one, that's younger and does not have control of their emotions at this time. If you're meeting somebody, one, they can be younger in any sense. Younger does not have to mean age. And a lot of people, readers, say, oh, they're just younger. No, younger means mental too. They can mentally not be ready. They can be mentally not mature, or mentally not up to par based on their age when it comes to certain aspects of their life. So this person, either they see this in you or you see this in them, that they're just too young emotionally to deal with what you want to be in a one-on-one relationship with, because they're not at a same standpoint as you when it comes to what they want in a relationship. Or this person see this in you or you see this in them, that it's when you mention relationship, they act a different way, basically, or they get in a relationship and they're not really, don't know how to reciprocate, or they kind of cold and closed off, because that's also when the cups is in reverse, they become cold, closed off. I'm not going to say narcissistic or selfish, but they do become cold to a point because they don't know how to interpret their emotions outside themselves to somebody else. All they know how to do is digest it within themselves and deal with it on their own emotional level. And that's what I'm getting. So either you're coming off like this with somebody, or somebody's coming off like this with you if you're single. What it's saying is that if you already coupled up, what it's saying is one of the things that can be disrupting the relationship, and I know I mentioned coins, one of the things is that your companion, either you're doing this or your companion is doing this, that it's another thing that can be causing a weak foundation. Somebody is being a baby. Somebody is being, just don't know how to control their emotions. They probably becoming super needy, then super standoffish. They're going from one extreme to another, and they don't know where to sit at when it comes to their own emotions, when it comes to dealing with you on a one-on-one basis. Or this pattern all of a sudden came up and you're trying to kind of slow down the relationship to see where it's coming from. So either you're doing this or your companion is doing this. They coming off as a baby, or their emotions are not controllable enough at this time, so you can hone down and try to craft something brand new into the relationship. Okay. You have the Six of Cups in reverse. The Six of Cups in reverse, singles. What it's saying is that whoever you trying to be in a relationship moving forward in August, is what somebody see this in you, or you see this in somebody else, that they're different than what you had in the past. What it's saying is that you may be looking for a person that does not resemble a characteristic of a person that you've been in a relationship with before. When you're looking for something new, you're definitely saying that with the Six of Swords, looking for something new, you're definitely not looking at any old characteristic, old personality. I don't care, it's an old ass hairdo. You're not trying to do old. You're trying to get fresh and new, something different, something that's a lesson. And maybe your lessons in the past was you dealing with these young people that's out of control or whatever, or you just don't want to deal with something that has a, when it comes to a characteristic of a person, you're trying to not deal with a person that resembles anything that you had before. You just want to move on to the next thing and get a new lesson about being with a certain person, or being in a one-on-one with a different type of person. You just don't want something that is old, or, and maybe that's one of those things, because if you get with somebody that resembles something old, here comes this problem again, because you throwing that old image on this new person, and because that new person kind of triggered that button, here comes the floodgate of this stereotype or this mental thought on this person that there is just like a old thing you had before. Somebody see that in you, or you doing this to somebody else. If you already coupled up, you definitely ready to bring in something new into the relationship. You're tired of doing the same old, or interjecting same old ideas to the relationship to help build a better bond. You're looking for something that's outside of the box, or something brand new that you can put into the relationship to help it have a better bond. Either your companion is doing this, or you're doing this to them, that you is not thinking about doing, or you're not trying to even be attached to an old idea or old thought or old way of doing something in your relationship. You want fresh and new so it can keep rejuvenating your bond with your companion. Now let's get to the pinnacle and see why this character is popping up, or why this is jumping off in the reading. Okay, just like I said before, for singles, definitely watch this person. This is the King of Swords in the reverse. So definitely for singles, like I said before, you could be dealing with a person that's talking a bunch of game, and then you found out the thing was bullshit. Either you're doing this to somebody, or somebody did this to you. That one, they're talking crazy. Whoever this is, whatever they're saying is not making no sense. It's not making no sense, and I think you know it don't make no sense. That they're talking real off the wall, real crazy. Nothing is matching up. Nothing is, it's not making no sense when it comes to you trying to find out some information about them being in a one-on-one relationship, or what kind of status that they have, that you don't have to worry about you trying to get a person that's trying to take from you because they in a relationship with you. But this person is a person that talks crazy. This person is not making no sense. The person does not know how to express themselves when it comes to being on in a one-on-one relationship. They the kind of person that you probably get in a relationship. They may be talking sweet for a hot minute, then a new character comes out once the door closes. So kind of watch out. Either you're doing this to somebody, or somebody's going to do this to you. That if you try to get a relationship with them, they're going to change face and start talking real off the wall. Then it's going to cause a disruption if you're trying to build a one-on-one relationship with them. If you already coupled up, what it's saying is, going in the month, whatever new things you're trying to bring into the relationship to um help it have a better bond, what it's showing is that either you're going to do this, or your companion's going to do this. And I'm really having temper tantrums and talking crazy. That's what I'm getting. They're going to be having temper tantrums, or whatever you're going to do to help the relationship be better. They're going to they're gonna verbally express it. It's going to come off a little bit nasty, but it's more of a temper tantrum and just screaming with no bark. That's what I'm getting. That they just gonna be kicking and fighting. No matter what you do, they're gonna kick and fight. Instead of them just physically kicking and fighting, they're just gonna keep verbally saying stuff. So whatever you gonna do, you might have to watch it because they gonna be in their mood. Basically, they gonna voice their opinion. It's not gonna come out right, and they gonna probably discredit whatever you gonna try to bring into the relationship to make it better. But they doing it with a kick and fight. That's what it is, and they just gonna verbally let you know at different times or during the month when you're trying to put this in effect that they gonna verbally say their opinion, and it's not gonna come off like it's supposed to. So either you're going to do this with your companion or your companion's going to do this with you. Let's see what the last card is. The Fool upright. So what it's saying is for singles, what it is saying that one of these people that's talking crazy and don't have their coins together, they are also this person that may be talking to you is all over the board. They don't, when the Fool comes upright, the Fool goes through things carefree. What it's saying is you ain't gonna be able to lock this person down. Basically, either you're coming off like this or this person coming off like this to you. That they don't care about how they talk to people. They don't care about their foundation, and they don't want to be tied down. They just want to go through their relationship life by just taking everything as is. The big eyes. They looking at everything, and they're not looking at it from a realistic standpoint. They looking at the relationship super nefario. They're out there. They walking in like relationship Disneyland, and it's like okay, and that's what you may not want. When it comes to dealing with a person like this, either somebody come off like this to you or you doing this to somebody else, that you're coming off to a standpoint that even if you want a relationship, you presenting yourself like you don't want a relationship. You presenting yourself like you cannot be tied down. That's what I'm getting. You cannot be tied down. Your phoenix wings went up in the air and you're flying, and you don't care if you have salt on your tail or anchor on your foot. You're just rolling, and you could be coming off like this with somebody, or somebody you talking to is coming off like this, that they're coming off like they don't want to be tied down. Or you are at a stance now, and this is for singles, you're at a stance now that you're tired of dealing with these old characteristics and these type of people, or people talking crazy, got no coins, they're emotionally all over the board, that you're ready to venture out and find something totally away from all that, and you're still being open and receptive to take a certain type of person that will come in without all these qualities, and you're just going to get involved with that person carefree without no judgment on the person, or try not to be critical on that person, or you're just going to get in the relationship with that person and you're going to let it roll as is. Somebody going to do this to you, or you're doing this to somebody else. If you coupled up, what it's saying is definitely it's time to take a new direction. It's time to look at your relationship in a different standpoint. Instead of you, it's time to let your relationship go back to its natural flow, your natural interaction with each other, your natural um openness with each other, your natural way of dealing with each other. Either your companion is about to get ready and do this, or you're about to do this. That you're about to get ready and open the gambit of going all out and just letting everything go without the control, without the well, I say the traditional mechanisms of the relationship, because it could be causing a confliction because you was probably in that period for a long time, either with with your companion. So it's time for you to inject something fresh into the relationship, and maybe the fresh is letting it run on a weird natural course and seeing where it goes, and seeing where your relationship lands, and if it's a good thing or a benefit. But you're trying to let the natural course go in your relationship and let it play out for what it's worth. Either your companion is about to do this, or you're about to do this to the relationship, that it's time to open it up. It's time to make it more whimsical, more carefree, more of a situation that is more fun than and curious, and more adventurous on both of y'all parts. And that's what you ready to put into the relationship, in hopes to get a new thing into the relationship, or get a new type of drive into the relationship. So I hope you like this reading. Go ahead and hit subscribe. Go ahead and leave your comments at the bottom. You can thumb the video up or down, and I'll talk to you later.